I believe, Edmonton Centre. 30 seconds, we will proceed. The honourable member for Edmonton Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just over a week ago, the Leader of the official opposition said, "We understand that in order to be a compassionate, caring province, we must be prosperous first." To which I responded, actually, some of the most compassionate, caring and generous people I've known have been those who personally had very little. Some then suggested that I was financially illiterate and failed to understand the meaning of the original statement. Well, in truth, I think I understood it far too well. Because, Mr. Speaker, that statement doesn't simply stand on its own, devoid of history and context. It's deeply rooted in a failed conservative ideology. The truth is, Alberta is a prosperous province. We long have been, we continue to be. Yes, we're coming out of a difficult period, but we still lead Canada in terms of economic power and growth. We have the capacity, even during challenging times, to look after our own. The record shows that when the price of oil has dropped, Conservative governments consistently made life harder for everyday Alberta families with short-sighted, poorly planned cuts to services we all rely on. Albertans lost jobs, hospitals, roads and schools were left to crumble, and the holes in our social safety net grew. And when things improved, they used our increased prosperity not to invest in a long-term sustainable vision to help everyday Albertans, but to help their friends with unsustainable tax cuts that left us even more dependent on volatile resource revenue. Mr. Speaker, our government was elected on a promise not to make Albertans pay for the mistakes of previous governments. Instead, we've invested to support and create jobs in growing sectors like agri-food, technology, green energy, to build long-needed infrastructure and to address the social inequalities that hurt families and drag our economy down. Those aren't luxuries. Those are key measures that lay a foundation for increased prosperity as our economy recovers. Mr. Speaker, what we can't afford are the sorts of empty rhetoric, reckless policies and social regression promised by our opposition, policies that will undermine prosperity and make Albertans' lives worse. Albertans need a compassionate government committed to prosperity for all Albertans, and that's what we'll continue to be.